Yo, yo, yo. Yo, yo, yo. You know what it is. Another episode of that Victory Talk. This is episode 163. That was dyslexia in action. Sometimes we say stuff in reverse, man. Don't make fun of me. It's a hate crime. Anyway, let's start the show. Yo, yo, yo. You know what it is. Another episode of that Victory Talk. Come on, come on. I just flew in from Chicago. I was doing the training with the homie Derek Moneyberg. I got to meet Royce Gracie. Yeah, the fucking first UFC champion ever. You know what I'm saying? I think yeah, he's the man. He's the man. So I got to meet the homie Gracie, and that was dope. Yo, someone said they love the music. You know, I don't talk about this much, Nemo, but I made all the beats on the podcast. I made all the music.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I might come out with the midlife crisis mixtape. You know what I'm saying? Let me know if I should come out with the midlife crisis mixtape. Like the video. If you want to hear me fucking rap, if you want to hear me start rapping again, if you want to hear some 40-year-old rap. Vote. Let's have a vote. But yo, this is episode 163 of the Victory Talk podcast. This is the only podcast that airs on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's all about helping you build your money, muscle, and your fucking mindset. Because those are 3 M's, right? You know how like there's primary colors, you know, and you can take those 3 primary colors and make any color. But muscle, money, and mindset are the primary ingredients a man needs. You mix those motherfuckers together, you can accomplish anything you want in life. All right. You can accomplish anything you want in life if you do that. I'm joined by the homie Nima, who is the best producer in the game.
Super excited.
Come on, man. They thought you was
Finished
fired.
last Thursday, yeah.
They thought you was fired, man. Because we wasn't here on Thursday, and then I was doing those lives by myself. I don't know if y'all like this or not. Seemed like people enjoyed it, but I tried it twice last week. It was a test where I was just going on from my other office, like not the regular podcast studio. I was in the other office in my crib, and I just turned on the fucking camera. And I let people come on and talk. It was kind of dope, man. It was an exciting experience. Let me know if y'all like that. All right. My girlfriend, I don't know what she doing, but she ain't here. I'm gonna have to communicate with her. You know what I'm saying? After that, we gonna have to have a talk about this when she get back. Set her straight. All right. But anyway, man, yo, listen, let's get it. We got a lot we want to talk about today. Well, we're going to talk about the habits you need to get rich in 2025. We're going to talk about some coins, fucking XRP. You know, we're going to talk about the meme coins. We're going to talk about all that shit. Help y'all get some of this bread in 2025. You make next year your best year. All right. But first, we are
also running the poll right now, so they can.
What they saying, man? On what they saying on the poll? Pause.
So far, 58 say yes.
Okay,
so I can put it on your screen.
Good for them.
Yeah, 42. But I mean, if you don't have many votes, so they're just okay. It's going up.
Some people saying they don't want the midlife crisis mix.
It's going up. Okay, 70.
They only want to hear Lil Yachty and Lil so and so. All right. Hey man, we'll let the people decide. All right. Yo. All right. So but before we get into this podcast, we got a few sponsors we got to get out the way, man. You know, Nima, we got some sponsors for this episode. Yeah.
Finally.
Yeah. The first sponsor is the newsletter Big Money Methods. Boom. This is a newsletter that'll show you how to make big money. It's one of the first links it's one of the links in the description. All right, go ahead and click that. Put your email in here, right? And twice a week, you're going to email methods on how to get big money. And these articles are written by me, your fearless leader. You know what I'm saying? Right? We got my one of my top salespeople, Chris. He's writing shit, you know what I'm saying? He's writing articles, and my man Sean, who's our top copywriter here in my business, right? So, yo, you want to make sure you get it, man. You want to make sure you get his free gaming, and it's 100% free. No ads. They're not trying to sell you nothing. We just giving out free game. All right. The next sponsor is a product that the world has needed for a long time. You know, for really listen, if you're a Christian, you might want to cover your ears. But if you're a Christian, you know that this is the biggest problem humans have had since the beginning, since literally from the beginning of the time, right? Let me explain. So in the book of Genesis, the book of Genesis was written by Moses, right? And in the book of Genesis, the homie Moses said, is the girl here? Mm-hmm. She here? Hold up. Give me a second. Now, there's a lot of people won't do this shit live. All right. The homie Moses said that first it was Adam, then God took one of his body parts, his rib, and made a girl, and everything was perfect, right? Then the girl started talking to a snake, right? The devil, right? And then she started talking to the snake. The snake's like, hey man, snake talking to the girl. I believe he sounded like this. This is how snakes sound. Hey, look here, Eve. If Adam was a real nigga, he'd just eat the apple. God was like, nah, don't eat the apple. Don't eat the apple. He was like, and Adam, he was a God-fearing brother. He was like, hey man, God, you gave me all this other shit. You made me a bad bitch. I'm chilling, man. I don't need these motherfucking apples, man. What the fuck? You know? And then the snake got all up in Eve's ear, like, hey, look here. If you had a real man, he'd eat that apple. And she was like, yeah, you right, snake. You right. And she went to Adam's like, Adam, how you just gonna let him tell you what to do? I thought you was the man. And Adam was like, nah, you don't understand, man. God told us not to do it and all that other shit. And then Eve was like, you ain't a real man. You ain't shit, Adam. And then Adam's like, all right, whatever, man. I fucking eat the apple. They eat the apple. Next thing you know, we all got to get jobs and wear clothes, right? That wouldn't have happened to Adam if he had Thot Repellent, right? Yeah, Thot Repellent is the easy to apply spray to keep the hoes away, right? And we've genetically modified this. Nima, he spent a lot of time in the Middle East, you know, war-torn regions, right? You know, and he was on a mission to get this together, right? He found some Iranian scientists, and it's genetically engineered to only affect the DNA of slut hoes, thots, obviously, skanks, skeezers, hood rats, and Jezebels, right? But good women, they'll be immune to it. You get what I'm saying? So the good women will smell it and be like, oh man, you smell amazing. What is that aroma, that fragrance? I can't get enough. And be like, baby, that's Thot Repellent, you know? But if a thot come around you, she might start foaming at the mouth. You know, it would be like she got sprayed with tear gas and everybody wonder what's going on. It's like, oh, and you'll know it's a thot. Everyone else thinks she's just having an epileptic seizure, right? But you'll know, oh, she a thot. You know what I'm saying? So it's almost like thot detection as well. So this is going to be out for pre-order. What do you say, around Christmas time? It should be available for pre-order around Christmas time. But we need your help, guys. We need your help. If it's not out by Christmas time, it's your fault. Because we're crowdfunding the development of this thing, right? All your super chats go towards development of Thot Repellent. All of them, right? So when you leave a super chat, it's gonna go straight to the Thot Repellent production fund. All right. And I think one of the heroes has already contributed. Oh, Minovia in La Casa Ahora.
Hi, yes. We have Nav started eating sardines.
Oh, that's it?
That's it.
All right. I like it. I like it. Nav started eating sardines, man. Good for you, brother. Good for you, man. All right. That's good. Okay. All right, guys. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get right into the. Okay, run the intro one more time.
Which one?
Yeah, run the intro because I just forgot something. Time. All right. This is why a lot of people won't do this shit live, right? A lot of people won't do this shit. All right, guys, we want to talk about some of the habits that you need to build. Oh, fuck. I forgot the other thing that I went in there for. All right, we're going to run it one more time. Give me 1 second, 1 minute. All right. This is how you know it's live, because that would have been edited out. People like, is this live? Oh, it's live. It's 100% live. All right. I needed the iPad and I forgot it, but now I got it and we good. Listen, I know you guys want to get a lot of money in 2025. So we got a segment we call Real Talk, because we're going to talk about how you can get rich in 2025, the habits you need to cultivate in order to make that happen. Let's get into it. A lot of you guys want, around this time of year, people start making New Year's resolution. They think, hey, next year going to be my year, right? And one of the main goals people set for New Year's is they want to improve financially. They start setting financial goals. And a lot of you guys want to be rich. If you don't want to be rich, I don't know why you're watching this channel, right? You should go do something else, right? You should go watch fucking Dr. Beast or Cutie Pie or one of them other channels, man, where they just talk about entertainment. This channel is about getting rich, getting in amazing shape, and building the mindset of a champion. right? And in this video, I'm going to break down the habits you need to cultivate in order to get rich, or at least substantially improve your income in 2025. All right, let's get into it. So let me get my notepad out. 1 second. Nima, you got me rusty, man, because you took a day, you took a week off. Now look how rusty I am. This is all Nima's fault. Y'all saw how I was fucking running the pod before he left. We take a week off. I see some super chats. We're gonna get to those, man. I see a $20 one from Mr. Lopez. You know what I'm saying? Snoop sent $2. Yo, I'm gonna acknowledge those in a minute, homie. Don't even trip. I want to get through this monologue. Snoop and Mr. Lopez. Hold up, man. I appreciate that. I'm gonna get to all the super chats. That I assure you. All right, back to what we're talking about. You can see the shit. Do I got the wrong? Look at us, Nima. This is supposed to be a good podcast. Okay. All right, we're gonna pull it together. We're gonna get, guys. We're all gonna get through this as a family. We're gonna get through this together. All right, we're gonna get through this together, all of us. Nima, is it working now? All right. We gotta shake the rust off. Fucking holidays. Motherfucking Nima still got turkey brain. You still got turkey brain, man. All right. There's a few habits you need to cultivate in order to really get money in 2025. And there's a hierarchy. Now, at the base, you're gonna have to develop something I like to call financial discipline. Yeah. Look at us. Financial discipline, right? And there's a few things there's a few steps to this. So the first thing you want to do to be more financially disciplined is you want to start tracking every dollar. Tracking every dollar. You guys say you want to get rich. You say money's really important to you, but some of you guys don't know how much money you spent last week. You don't know how much money you spent last week. You don't know how much money you spent yesterday. You're not tracking, right? You got to track every dollar coming in and every dollar coming out. Now, back in the days, for years, I recommended a software called mint.com. You can see old videos 10 years ago, me explaining that I used mint.com to track every dollar coming in my accounts and every dollar going out, and I categorized them so I had a clear picture of my financial health at all times. And mint.com shut down. But there's a new competitor is in the ring, and it's called Monarch. Right. So Monarch is the app I recommend. They do not pay me to sponsor this. I'll take the money if you fucking dorks are listening. Believe me, I'll take the money. You fucking nerds. If you want to give money to a real one, right here, shouting out your shit every week. Give me some money. Anyway, they don't give me no money. They don't pay me to mention them, which explains my rage. Anyway. You should still use them, right? Because I want you to get some money. And for the very first, everybody wants to talk about some sexy marketing shit or some sexy business shit. But the foundation is like, yo, man, let's start tracking the money you have, right? I want you to think about if you had a kid, right? And this kid, you bought the kid some toys, some shit that the kid is into, right? And the kid didn't value them, right? He fucked them up. He ruined them immediately. He wasn't taking care of them. Would you be excited about buying that kid new toys, right? No, right? So if God has blessed you, or God or whatever you believe in has blessed you with the money you have, and you're not taking care of it, if you're not being disciplined with it, You think God's gonna give you some new shit if you're not taking care of the shit you got? So first we got to start managing the money we have, right? So we want to track every dollar we spend, and every dollar that comes in, and we need to get a clear image of our financial future. I mean, we need to get a clear vision of our finances. And every time I run an entrepreneur through this exercise, like I counsel a lot of entrepreneurs, and there's this one kid, right? He was making pretty good money, right? He had made over $1 million in like 1 year, right? But he was fucking still broke. And I made him sign up for this shit, and we went through his spending for the last 90 days, and he was so surprised to see how much fucking bullshit he was wasting money on. You know, it really gives you, it's kind of shocking to a lot of people once they actually go in there and categorize and really start paying attention to their finances. All right. Now, after that, we want to cut spending. Well, basically, we want not cut spending. We want to live below our means. Live below our means. Right? So if you watch my videos, up until maybe 5 years ago, you always saw me with no shirt on or maybe a tank top, some Jordan joggers, maybe some Jordans, right? And an Apple Watch. But I wasn't flexing. I wasn't out here with APs and the Richard Milles. That came later and shit, right? I was living way below my means, right? But I was making millions, right? But I was living below my means. Why do you do that? Because if you want to get rich, this is what you have to do. You have to make more money than you spend and invest the difference. It's really just a math problem. Make more money than you spend and invest the difference. If you do that over a long enough period of time, you will get rich. And it's the only way, right? It's the only way unless you get a job that pays you millions of dollars per year. But if you were on the fast track to get a job that paid you millions of dollars a year, you probably wouldn't be watching this video, right? You'd probably be fucking trying out for the Lakers or some shit, or trying out for the Dodgers. You'd be busy at fucking spring Dodgers training camp or some shit, that ain't you, homeboy. Right? You a regular nigga like me. You a regular dude like me. All right. So what we regular dudes have to do, we have to make more money than we spend and invest the difference. Now, the very first thing is once you start tracking every dollar, you can cut the bullshit. Right? Cut the subscriptions you don't need. Cut the services you don't need. Right? And really put a cap on what you're spending. Right? And the tracking will help you get a better, clear. Tracking will help you get a clearer understanding of what you can cut, because you can probably cut a lot of things without it affecting your life. Now, I'm not telling you to fucking live like I'm not telling you to impose a lot of austerity into your life. I'm not telling you to make your own coffee and clip coupons or some shit like that. I'm just telling you to cut the bullshit, and don't increase your standard of living. All right. It's very important. All right. Then the next thing we need to start doing is basically you want to pay yourself first. I highly recommend that you invest 50% of your income. Save and invest 50% of your income. I know you may be thinking, man, I can't do that. I don't make enough. But we're going to talk about that next, right? First, you got to start making more, right? But we're going to cut expenses, live below our means. We're going to start making more later, right? But you need to start paying yourself first. Whatever you can afford, put it in, start setting it aside to invest. Now, what are you going to invest in? Right? You can invest. There's 3 areas, right? 3 areas you want to invest in. Either your own business, if you got that, or if you want to start that. That's going to give you the highest returns. right? But it's the riskiest. The less risky options are real estate and the stock market. And we'll throw crypto in there, stock and crypto markets, right? It's very important. This is very important because that's the only way you get rich. It's the only way to get rich. You have to make more than you spend and invest the difference. I'm going to say that maybe 2,000-3,000 times during this video, right? Now, whatever you can save, start with 10%, but the goal is we want to get it to investing 50%, but we want to make more first, right? But the very first thing is just be more disciplined, right? Now we want to make more, but to make more, guess what? We're going to have to work more. Yeah. So motherfuckers be like, yo, man, don't work smarter. Don't work harder. Work smarter. Listen, you fucking broke. Only rich niggas can work smarter. Broke motherfuckers can't work smarter. That's why because they not smarter. That's why they broke, right? We want to have to work harder first, right? First, you work harder. So we're going to talk about work habits. Work habits. All right. The very first thing we want to start doing is we want to work 80 hours a week. Work 80 hours a week. You may be thinking, I don't have time for that. Well, if you got kids, maybe not. Maybe you don't, right? You still want to work at capacity, whatever it is, right? If you don't have kids, then you can. If you can. Well, motherfuckers be like, man, I want to just spend time with my family, man. Family's most important. And then I find out these motherfuckers don't have kids. I'm like, yo, you talking about your fucking spending time with your mommy? You an adult, man. Your mommy wants you to go. It's time for you to leave the nest, dipshit. You need to stop sucking your mama's titty and go out and accomplish some shit, man. It's time to start your own family. You fucking dork. All right, 80 hours a week. Now, you may be thinking, how Brandon, how do I do that? Well, check it out. There's 168 hours in every week, right? If you sleep 8 hours a night, that's 56 hours, right, per week, right? So that leaves us with 112 hours left, right? Boom. And if we work for 112 hours of those remain, if we work for 80 of those 112 hours, we're still left with 32 hours, right? You can fucking go kiss your mom or whatever the fuck you was talking about during that time, dipshit. You know what I'm saying? Do whatever the fuck you want with those 32 hours. But some asshole is going to say this. What about sleeping, cleaning, eating, fucking showering, shaving? First of all, man, if you in the bathroom, what about showering, using the bathroom? Listen, if you in the fucking bathroom 30 hours a week, more than that, listen, you got problems that are beyond the scope. If anything, I can talk about in this video, man. You need help, brother. You need real help, not YouTube help. You got to go to a doctor, maybe a psychologist, right? And yeah, you do got to eat. You do got to do chores and all the shit. But you know who else got to eat? You know who else likes food? That's right. That family you was crying about before. They like eating too. I promise you they do. I promise you they do. I bet my house that they like eating food just as much as you do. Right? So y'all can do that shit together. Oh, you need to clean the house? Oh, family activity. We cleaning the house together. You need to go to the grocery shopping. I used to like going grocery shopping with my mom when I was a kid. I listened to ride in the cart and shit. The kids love it. The kids love it, man. They get to get them some M&Ms on the way out or some shit. The kids love it. Do all that shit with the fucking family you was crying about spending a bunch of time with, right? But the key is we need to work 80 hours a week. Why are we working so much? Why are we working so much? Because we want to get rich, right? We want to get rich. If you just want to fucking make a little bit more money, I'm sorry for wasting your time. I tried to tell you to stop watching this video earlier. You need to go watch motherfucking Kai, what's his name, man? The kid with the fucking braids, dreadlocks, Kai's Karate Sinek, right? Or you gonna watch, man, I Go Speed, or one of them motherfuckers, man. If you just want entertainment, man. I'm here trying to, we here, everybody who keeps watching from this point, we're talking about getting rich. And guess what? If you want to accomplish some things that other people have not accomplished, you're probably going to have to do some shit that other motherfuckers are not willing to do. If you're not willing to do it, guess what? You will remain banished from the ranks of the wealthy indefinitely. Indefinitely. I have not met a motherfucker who's a millionaire who did not work 80 hours a week at some point. I just have not seen it. Even the fucking pro athletes. I know some pro athletes. I used to train some of them. They were fucking training a shitload. That's how they became one of the best in the world at what they do. Right? That's how they did it. This is how we get better than other people. We do shit they're not willing to do. All right. I digress. To help you out with this, we're going to have to use time management. Time management. I have whole videos about how you need to use Google Calendar and plan out every hour of every day, because that's how you squeeze more success out of life. If you look at my calendar, check this shit out. As soon as it focuses, it's going to focus. Yeah, I got every hour of every day planned out, baby. That's how you squeeze more life out of every day, man. That's how you squeeze more success out of each day. Right? And I promise, if you start doing that, you will notice, man, I got way more time. And you'll notice how much fucking time you were wasting, how much time you were bullshitting. You get what I'm saying? You see how much time you were bullshitting. Just like when people start tracking every dollar they spend, they see how much fucking money they're wasting. Right? You're going to see how much time we're wasting. And time is our most valuable asset. Right? So we need to start tracking every hour of every day in our calendar. We need to start planning every hour of every day in our calendar. Get 80 hours of work in there. What do? How do you get 80 hours of work? If maybe you can't do that at your job. Okay, man. Maybe get a fucking another job. You know my story. I don't have to tell it again, but I will. I had 4 jobs at one point. I was working 12, 14-hour days, 7 days a week for 2 years. Guess what? I wasn't broke no more after I did that. I wasn't broke no more. I had some disposable income after working that much. And you get used to it. It's different. People, what about burnout? Burnout comes from stress, not from activity. You see children, they'll play all fucking day, man, nonstop. They'll get tired, and then they'll sleep or whatever. But it's like they're not burnt out. They're not burnt out, man. Burnout comes from stress, not from activity. You know. All right. Now the next thing we need to do, where it gets a little bit more sophisticated, we need to focus on hourly rate. Focus on hourly rate. Now, this is a little bit more sophisticated, but this is something I started doing when I was working all those hours. Yeah, I still had to eat food, dipshit. Yeah, I still ate food. I still had to make sure my dwelling was clean and my clothes got washed. But this is what I did. I realized, hey, let's use some simple math. Let's say your hourly rate is, let's say you got your own business, something you're doing pretty well for yourself. You're making $100 an hour. It's simple math, right? Now you gotta that's when you're working, you make $100 an hour. Let's say to clean your house, it takes an hour. Let's say you have a small house. It says clean house. Clean house, it takes 1 hour, right? Now here's the thing. Let's go online. Let's see how much. I can't do it. Let's say it costs $30-$40. Yo, man. Yeah, we're gonna let's say you live in a fucking. I want the national average. I'm gonna ask ChatGPT to help us out. Hey, look here, bitch. On average, how much does it cost to hire a housekeeper for an hour nationwide?
The cost to hire a housekeeper can vary depending on location, experience, and services provided. But on average, you can expect to pay between $25 and $50 per hour. In some areas, it might be a bit more or less, though it's a good idea to check local rates for a more precise estimate.
You were right. Let's split the difference somewhere. Let's call it $35 an hour. Let's call it 40. Let's call it 40. Fuck it. Let's use the high end. It's 35 and 40. Let's just use it at the high end. Let's say you live in fucking Manhattan, right? You know, cleaning your house costs $50 an hour, right? Hey, instead of paying an immigrant to clean your house for $50, you say, hey man, I'm gonna save some money doing myself. How much money did you save? Guess what, asshole? If you said 50, that's why you poor. It's a good thing you came to this fucking video. You did not save $50. You lost $50, right? Because if you just paid this motherfucker to do the shit and you worked during that time, you would net $50. You know what I'm saying? You bought yourself an hour and you made more money during that time you spent for it. You made more money working during that hour than you spent to get that hour back, right? You made $50. And so if you didn't do it, if you decide to do it yourself, you lose $50. You get what I'm saying? I hope you guys are getting this, right? And for me, I started, you know, once I was making some money, especially with my business or even when I was working, right? Like I would just have food delivered. Because I know when I'm working, okay, I make this X amount of money when I'm working, and I can just have the groceries delivered instead of fucking getting in the car, driving to the grocery store, buying the shit, packing it up, taking it home, unpacking it. Like, nah, man, just have it delivered, right? And I started using all paper and plastic. Paper and plastic. What about the environment? Yo, suck my dick, nigga. Fuck you. All right, I'm trying to get rich, man. All right, you know what I'm saying? Once I'm rich enough, I can fucking fix shit. You just suck my dick, man. Plastic gets recycled and fucking paper is biodegradable. All right, eat a dick. You know what I'm saying? Eat a dick, man. Recycle these balls. You know what I'm saying? Recycle these nuts, motherfucker. Motherfucking crying over plastic forks. You better go to McDonald's with that same energy. You better go to McDonald's. How many plastic forks you guys give out a day? What about the environment? You better keep that same energy at the fucking fast food restaurant. I never want to see none of you motherfuckers talking about the environment at any fast food restaurant where they give out plastic shit. Dipshit. I smack the shit out you. Anyway. Focus on your hourly rate, right? I wasn't doing no dishes. Still to this day, I don't do that shit, right? Had the food delivered. I had my laundry done. You know what I'm saying? This Chinese man used to come pick up the laundry. You know what I'm saying? Him and his wife would do the laundry at the laundromat, and then he'd fucking bring that shit back the same day. Shit was folded. Folded, man. These motherfuckers would fold the underwear. I didn't know that was a thing, right? I mean, I guess my mama did it when I was little, but I forgot that motherfuckers, because, you know, I got sent away to military school when I was like fucking 13. So I forgot that people folded underwear because I had been living with myself since because I lived at home since I was fucking 13, 14. And I forgot that underwear gets folded by people. I thought you just threw that shit in the underwear drawer and picked it up. Anyway, the Chinese man and his wife, man, they spent their afternoon folding my underwear for me. You know what I'm saying? Packing the shit up, bringing it. It's lit. And I worked during that time. Guess what? I made more money. And how do you get rich? You make more than you spend and invest the difference. Here's what's happening. Oh, guess what? I'm making more than I spend and then I invest the difference. Right? This is how you get rich, man. Focus on your hourly rate. So any fucking low value shit you can do, like especially the domestic shit, once you can afford it, or you start paying other people to do it, and then you work during that time. Make more fucking money, man. You know? All right. Hold on, I lost my space yelling at you motherfuckers, man. All right. Then we got to set clear goals. Now, when I say set goals, people are like, oh yeah, I want to accomplish this. No, dipshit. I mean, setting out goals with a game plan, right? Mapping out each step of the plan and then putting a deadline on each step. I have in the description, there's something called the Victory Vision Planner, which really breaks down how you can like really structure your goals. And it's basically a goal setting template. It's free. It's a Notion template that I've used for years, but I'm giving it to you guys for free. And, you know, a lot of people I've coached have used it with great success. All right. Now, you may not know how to accomplish that goal, right? No problem. That's where the next step is. Oh. That's where the next step comes in. Knowledge acquisition. Oh. Knowledge acquisition, right? So you may have to start reading. You may have just to figure out what your goals are. You have to study. That may be fucking buying some courses. It may be reading books. It may be fucking watching YouTube videos, whatever, you know, whatever it means for you. Maybe taking online classes, going to college, right? Depends on what your goals are. That somebody has figured out how to do what you're trying to do, and you need to motherfucking pay them to teach you how. Right now, you could get the free information offline. That's cool, right? That's fine, right? But for me, anytime I want to learn something, I find someone who I can pay to teach me, to show me the way, and that's it's worked out really well for me. But you know, do what you can. If you can't afford that, then don't let what you can't do stop you from doing what you can do. Right? You can. There's tons of fucking information online. Tons of free videos, tons of great videos online on how to get. You're watching one, right? Whatever you need to do, you got to figure out. You don't know how to do it. You need to figure it out some way, and that's going to take some studying in some capacity. All right. Now, the next thing you need to do. This is. Let's say you kind of know the plan, but you need to study trends. I'm gonna tell you a story about this. So when I was first really trying to get my YouTube started, I was making 2 videos a day. Now, mind you, I still had jobs, right? But I used my calendar. So I was able to find more time. Then I bought time, you know, by paying local immigrants to deliver my food, clean my home, and do my laundry, right? And I mean that, I don't mean that in a negative way, man. Immigrants are hardworking people, man. Work harder than a lot of fucking lazy ass natural born citizens. You know what I'm saying? There's one right here. He works hard as hell. He's great. Anyway, so I was able to do 2 videos a day while working these other jobs, but I was still studying the trends. And I don't know if this is a thing anymore, but there was a thing called blogs back in the day. And if you had what's called an RSS feed, and you can import the blogs into your RSS feed, and it was kind of like, think of it like a timeline for blog posts, and you could just read all your blog posts. And I had a bunch of tech blogs in mind because I wanted to see what was going to happen in our industry, right? In the tech industry. And I saw an article about how Facebook was going to go real hard to push video on the platform, right? And I was like, and it mentioned that videos was going to get more reach than pictures. And I was like, well, shit, I'm making all these videos for YouTube. What if I just started uploading these workout videos to Facebook? And I started doing that shit. And my Facebook blew up to over 500,000 because it was getting so much reach. And I was one of the only people posting videos on that shit at the time. This is obviously like a long time ago, right? And my shit blew up and I was able to make a lot of money off of that. That's because Facebook was more popular back then too. I think it was before Instagram had came out. So it was just YouTube and Facebook. So I was able to, because I spotted that trend, I was able to make a whole bunch of money. But I would have missed that if I didn't see it, you know? Or earlier this year, I just noticed everywhere I go, I would see people drinking Celsius. You know, every gym I was at, I saw people drinking Celsius. And you know, there was a lot of fucking, it seemed like they were spending a lot of money, you know? And I was like, I wonder, man. I saw that trend. So I said, man, I wonder what are they a publicly traded company? I was like, oh, they are, right? And then I looked at the chart and I saw, oh shit, it's right kind of at some resistance. Maybe if it breaks past this, right? And then I just went, y'all saw me talking about it on the podcast. I was like, yo, I'm going all in on Celsius. And I rode this wave, and I rode this wave. And then because I saw this, I was focused on the trends. I saw this move that went up 143% over the course of a few months, right? I didn't get all of it because I sold maybe somewhere in this area, right? And then it fucking shit the bed. But I caught the fucking wave is what I'm trying to say, right? And just like nothing lasts forever. Just like the Facebook thing doesn't last forever, but I caught the wave because I studied the trends, right? This is something you guys need to do. Not only do you need to study how to do your thing, but you got to study the trends. You know, I'm really serious about this. Study the trends. And one thing you do need to do, I don't care what your goals are, you need to learn. Learn sales. You got to learn sales. Like if you're trying to get rich, you have to learn sales. I don't care what you do. Everybody sells. Even if you just want to be an entrepreneur, you're going to have to sell somebody on something. You're going to sell customers. You're going to have to sell business partners. You're going to have to sell at some point. So there's no version of reality where learning sales won't help you make more money, right? But those are the things you need to do as far as knowledge is concerned. All right. Hey, and that's just the beginning, you know, but, and I think that would be a good start. I think, I don't know, how do I want to end this? I think if you do these things, I know that if you do these things, you will be well on your path. You will be well on your path to accomplishing your goals in 2025. And when it comes to studying, right, learning these things, right, if you're trying to be an online trainer, that's something that I know a lot about. I have a free ebook called The 10 Commandments of Online Training to show you exactly how to do that. Even if you're not certified, even if you don't have a lot of experience, even if you don't have a big following, I'll show you that ebook will put you on the right path, show you how you can actually grow your following, get more clients, and how you can train them online so they get good results, right? In fact, the way I teach people, I've seen online trainers get way better results for their online clients than most in-person trainers can get for their in-person clients. And I explain how in the book. It's 100% free. You can get it. You can download it for free. That's how I made my first $1 million online training. And I'm well suited to teach you guys how to do it. And I'm doing it for free in that ebook. So download that now. All right. Okay. Yeah, let's get some super chats. Hold up, Greg. Just hold up, homie. Super chats. What's good, man?
We have Derek. I graduated as a doctor, but my business earns as much or more than a medical career, and offers more growth. I prefer the business path, but what did I study, got a loan for? Should I follow my passion or stick to my degree?
I mean, I think you need to follow the money, brother. If you're making more money, man, and keep doing that. First of all, and congratulations on getting that degree, man. Like, yo, if nothing else, man, that shit is credibility. Like, I would make people call me doctor. Listen, if I don't care if I ever operated on a motherfucker or healed someone from a sickness, right? If I had even a PhD, you'd have to call me Dr. Carter. And that would be my name. I wouldn't be King Keto. I'd be Dr. Carter. Like, yo, you paid for that. Nothing else, brother. It'll just follow the money, man. You can always fall back on some doctor shit. I guess you got to do residency or some shit, maybe. But if you're making more money, you're making more money, brother. That's what I would do, man. But shout out to you, man. Thank you for that super chat, brother.
We have Scoop 2427.
What up,
That's
Scoop?
Okay, BBC. Even Jordan missed free throws, my G.
Yeah, nah, he did every once in a while. Not often, but every once in a while, man. Shout out to you, Scoop. Oh, and is there another one?
We have Players Lounge.
Players Lounge.
Yo, BBC, should I move my deep work sessions at nighttime? I have more energy at night after work. When I wake up early, I can never focus even after enough sleep. I tested 8-9 hours and 5 grams of caffeine.
5 grams? That's the one. No, he there's no way he had 5 grams. I mean, maybe there is. I mean, it's possible. The lethal dose is 10 grams. So to put that clear, this motherfucker had 5,000 milligrams of caffeine. Maybe that was I hope that was a typo, brother. Brother, listen, Mr. Lounge. I hope that was a typo. Because 500 milligrams of caffeine. No, 5,000. Wait, am I tripping? He's got me fucked up. 5,000 milligrams. Yeah. 5,000 milligrams. It's got to be. It's 5,000. 5,000 milligrams of caffeine is motherfucking insane. I get about 1 gram. Yeah, 5,000 milligrams. Yeah, yo, Mr. Lounge, I can't really concentrate on what you said, man, because you just said you take 5,000 milligrams of caffeine. Mr. Lounge, tell me if that's a typo or not. Is that real? Brother, I think you need some help, man. Like, if anyone knows Mr. Lounge, let's get this brother some help, man. Let's get him some help. Hold on, man. Listen. I know I may not be the best messenger for this, but I think you take too much caffeine. I think you take too much caffeine, Mr. Lounge. Hold up, man. I can't move on. Where is he? He probably fucking ran some laps. Yeah, his fucking heart blew up. His eyeballs popped out.
We can come back to this until he answers. We have one more chat before Greg.
How am I going to think about anything else? Hold on. Hold on. I got something. I got something for. Listen, this for Players Lounge.
I'm Michael Jordan. McDonald's restaurants have given me this time to talk effort. Think about this. Many of you using drugs out there now are under 18. Do you realize that at 18, you have lived only 1/4 of your life?
You only live 1/4 of your life.
You're using drugs. You're only cheating yourself out of the chance to find out who you really can be.
Yeah.
And believe me, if you don't use drugs,
stop using
just
drugs at that
anything
point.
You want to be. Listen, you got at least 3/4 of your life to go.
Yeah.
That's 3 more lifetimes to you. So don't blow it. Don't do drugs.
No.
If you're doing it, stop it. Get some help. McDonald's wants you to give yourself a chance.
And I do too. Mr. Lounge, we love you over here, man. You gotta stop, man. You're gonna kill yourself. That's half the lethal dose. All right. Let's talk about let's do the market update. All right, yo, Greg, what up, man?
Good to see you, Brandon. It's good to be here, Victinators.
Yeah.
We have a lot to talk about today. We're going to talk about crypto, and specifically, I'm going to be talking about an altcoin that could potentially be breaking out. So this is called XRP. And so
XRP. Let's talk about XRP.
Yeah. So
you know what it is.
So yeah, basically XRP is an altcoin that could break out. And what's cool about it is its base coin name is Ripple. And Ripple's plan is actually to collaborate with banks so that they can transfer money easier, faster, cheaper. And one thing that gets caught up with the exchange of money is, let's say you wanted to send money internationally, there's usually fees with that. And also there's usually sometimes an exchange rate. Well, if you can transfer money instantly with Ripple, then it can start to take over the banking system. So that's one big allure for this altcoin XRP. And of course, it's an altcoin, so it's going to have a shit ton of volatility. It's going to go up and down a lot by thousands of %. But what's cool about XRP too is that there's only 100 billion tokens. So the supply is constricted. The supply is limited. So because if something only has so much supply, any little demand can spike the prices higher. It also doesn't cost anything to mine since all of the XRP tokens are there in supply. Oh. To contrast that, it costs about $20,000 to mine one Bitcoin. And that's just the energy costs based off like the hardware, the energy required to mine that Bitcoin. So I want to do a little bit of a technical analysis on XRP. And by the way, I am a CMT charter holder, which means I am a licensed professional in the practice of technical analysis. I don't think there are any other CMTs that are analyzing XRP. But basically,
I don't think so.
Back in 2017, it had a nice, good impulse wave up. Then it did a little pennant and a breakout. Cool. So that was back in 2018, where XRP hit its high of about $3 per coin. Then it had a big sell-off, sweep some lows, made a lower high, a higher low, lower high, higher low, prices congesting. So we call this just a pennant. So price is congesting. Eventually, price has to expand after that congestion. And you can kind of see that here, driven, like drawn by this box. So this is on the monthly time frame. So each candlestick represents 1 month of price action. And boom, we just got that fat ass breakout. And if we zoom in or even just like look at like the volume over here, there is a volume spike, which tells us that buyers are interested. And if we can even zoom into something like a weekly time frame. Okay, weekly time frame, you can kind of note, look, volume's low, volume's dead. There's no action going on. The party hasn't started. Now the party's started and XRP is starting to break out. Now, in the short term, it is a little bit overbought. It's up like 6 weeks in a row, but it is gunning for those all-time highs on the monthly time frame. And so maybe, XRP, I'm not saying that this is the best buy price. Ideally, what could happen is it goes sideways for a few weeks, and then it could break out upwards. And because of the limited supply, there are some people that say that XRP can hit $100 a coin. So currently it's at $250. So,
oh, wow.
So, some people are predicting 50x, 100x, 1,000x. I'm a little bit more realistic. I think maybe the price could hit like 5, maybe 10 in a few years. And the reason I say a few years is because the length of a congestion period like this. So like, look, this is our congestion period. Price is coiling. That was back in, 2017. And so now it's 2024. So that was 7 years. 7 years of sideways action. If it went sideways for 7 years, that means it could spend 7 years breaking out. So that's something to look for on XRP. One last thing I wanted to note with XRP is this is called a ratio chart. So we're comparing XRP's strength to BTC. So XRP's strength to Bitcoin. And actually we just got, and you can do technical analysis on ratio charts. We just got a breakout of the downtrend on volume. What does that tell us? That basically tells us that XRP is starting to overtake Bitcoin in terms of relative strength. So if we take a look at the chart of Bitcoin, BTC over here, notice Bitcoin's been going sideways while XRP has been going up. So that's why the ratio chart is starting to go bananas. And actually, there is a fun fact that I want to share with you guys. XRP rose 20%, becoming the 4th largest cryptocurrency.
Really?
So, yeah, it overtook Solana. And so that's something to consider. If it's starting to outpace at this rate, Brandon was saying earlier, we want to follow the trends. This is the trend right now. Ideally, this is a bit of an overbought level, and these are highly volatile, highly risky altcoins. But maybe if it could come back and retest the pennant, maybe if it could retest a former breakout area, a former resistance, that could be a potential entry point. So 1.72 is a potential buy price. $1 would probably be a strong support. And really, if XRP is coming underneath 46 cents, that would kind of indicate a false breakout. So it would be coming underneath the pennant, and then it would just be a dud. So be mindful and be aware of all of those scenarios. But the altcoin is looking pretty strong.
It's an altcoin. So is it, can you buy it on Robinhood?
Yeah, so you could buy this on Margex, Coinbase, or Robinhood. Coinbase is ideal if you're like a super crypto crazy, because then you're getting decentralized.
It was up 40%. It was up 80% this week.
Oh yeah, this is going nuts.
400% this month.
Oh yeah, if we just draw even the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks, it's gone straight up. It's up about 487%.
Wow.
That welcome to cryptocurrencies.
That's insane.
I personally, I just treat these altcoins kind of just like option trades. Option trades can move this fast on ETFs or individual stocks. So it's kind of like an option trade that you could potentially hold. I think if you're going to go for the longer term, try to hold it for at least 7 years. But if it gets stupidly overbought, take some profits,
Yeah.
Principle out. So that's
crazy.
That's the main thing that I want to talk about on XRP. Bitcoin's just kind of going sideways. I think Bitcoin is now becoming one of those things where it almost doesn't make sense to sell it, since if there's going to be a limited supply, and if it does become the world currency, what's the point? You might as well just buy it and hold it. Ideally, Bitcoin, I'd like to get it. A dip buy is the former all-time high zone would be around like 75K. But there's going to be little bits of support at 80K, a little bit of support at 86K. Otherwise, if Bitcoin can go sideways for a longer period of time, now we've got an impulse wave, a bull flag, and we could have another impulse wave to the upside.
You like it at 75?
Yeah, that would be like a safer entry point. And again, you could buy the straight up crypto. IBIT now has options, which is cool, or you could just buy the shares.
IBIT.
Yep, you could just buy the shares, nice and easy. If you want to take a shorter term trade, you could do BITX. This is double levered. You don't want to hold this for the long term because there can be decay, meaning each time it goes up and down, it decays away just a little bit. If you want income from Bitcoin, BITO pays out monthly dividends.
How does the options work on BIT? Is IBIT?
Yep, IBIT. It trades.
So could you do like iron condors and shit on that shit?
Yeah, you could. If you think Bitcoin's going to go sideways, you could do iron condors. Ideally, you'd look for high implied volatility, meaning the market is expecting a wide range, but you're expecting a narrower range. That way you.
Oh, these are weekly options.
Weekly options, and they're moderately liquid. You'll pay about 5 cents or $5 per contract to get in, $5 to get out, based off the bid-ask spreads. So
you could do like a cash secure put.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely. in victory trades, we've been doing like cash secured puts on BITX, and this has been paying badass premium. Like, look, you could agree to buy 100 shares of BITX on Friday at the 55 strike, and you'll get 70 cents, 80 cents. So you get paid a guaranteed $80 to agree to buy 100 shares at 55. So yeah, the options, they're weekly on IBIT. They're a little bit more liquid on IBIT. BITX is another great vehicle for shorter term trading. And then BITO, if you just want to buy Bitcoin, but you want to sacrifice some upside gains to get that monthly income.
All right. I know you mentioned this last week.
Oh yeah, there's just been so much going on.
Yeah, no, that's a lot going on, man. Then fucking the holidays and shit. But that's exciting, man. You can do,
leap
man.
Calls. I know.
Leap calls, you know?
Leap calls, and boom. Now you can invest in crypto for a fraction of the price and get a ton of upside.
Because that was my thing that's why I don't own on crypto, because I like to sell options to get into shit. I'm like, well, fuck it, I'll just fuck with the stocks. But now with this ETF, and there might be an XRP ETF soon. Is there an Ethereum ETF?
There should be. I want to say it is ETH. Yeah, ETH, Grayscale Ethereum. It doesn't have options yet, but I'm sure that'll change.
Yeah, I gotta have options to fuck with it.
The stock market is changing, and I predict that in the future there will be eventually daily expirations. Right now, individual stocks have weekly expirations. A lot of stocks have monthly expirations. But eventually, I think in the future, there's going to be daily expirations. And then once we start getting into the matrix, like 50 years from now, we'll have like hourly expirations.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it'll get
SPY has daily expirations, right?
Yep, SPY's daily expirations.
And QQQ too, right?
Yep, Q's do too, and so does IWM. IWM has daily expirations.
Wait a minute, what were you just at? What were you just at? Go back to the one before.
This is QQQ. This is the NASDAQ ETF hitting all-time highs today.
Yeah, but you know what that is. You know what that is, right?
It is a rising wedge. Now, it really only confirms if the Qs break this lower end of the trend line. Okay.
But okay. But look at all the inverse shit. You know, the RSI and the fucking, I wouldn't be going long. It's
one of those things where it's like, what's your time horizon? It's kind of like a ticking time bomb. Meaning like, sure, the Qs can probably go up for another day or two, but if the momentum doesn't break through to the upside, then the Qs may back test and test 511 support. If it can't hold that, it's going to test trend line support at like 506.80. If the QQQ breaks underneath like 502.32, then we could see some real sell side activity.
Let's say it breaks that. How far does it go? Just know if you think
there are a bunch of different.
Okay, man, hold on, real quick. That looks like what's a rising wedge, which is a bearish candlestick formation. Am I right?
Yeah, it's a bearish chart pattern.
Bearish chart pattern. Yeah. And I mean, it's not confirmed, right? But it looks like the making of one.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's making higher highs without a lot of follow through, which means it's starting to get tired. And eventually prices will reverse if the RSI can't break up through. And even then it could just spike up and then it needs to retest the all-time high in a regular trend. I do think it's tough for it to break down because you have big weights in the NASDAQ like Apple hitting all-time highs. And this is not a rising wedge. This is an ascending triangle. You have higher lows and a flat top resistance. That's more constructive. That's more bullish. By the way, based off this chart pattern, Apple could probably hit 260. And going back to your question of how far could the Qs drop, it's tough to say. But what you could do is you could measure like the widest point within the wedge and then duplicate it and then extend it to where it breaks down from. And that could be a good measured target. So the Qs, if it breaks underneath 502, could drop 9%. It wouldn't do it in one straight day, but it could do it.
I wouldn't short it, but like that'd be a place I'd be at. That I'd be interested in selling cash secured puts at that spot.
Yeah. Let it sell a little bit. Sell cash secured puts on QQQ at 453. If you see that breakdown and you want to hedge a longer term portfolio, you could grab SQQQ. You could also wheel SQQQ. So you could cash flow a short position on the market to make a long-term portfolio.
You know what you could do? Okay, just hear me out.
What's up?
Okay, cash secured puts on SQQ.
Yeah.
So if it doesn't hit, like that's like the least risky shit. So if it does drop, yeah.
So if you do cash puts on SQQQ, if the NASDAQ goes up, you may get assigned, but you got paid to enter a short position. If the NASDAQ drops,
no, if it goes up, you don't get assigned.
Well, I'm
the NASDAQ goes up.
Base ETF. Yeah, it depends.
If the NASDAQ goes up, you won't get assigned.
I'm gonna put these charts side by side so I can draw on them. It can make a little bit more sense.
Are we coming up with a trade on the spot? Listen, think about it. If the NASDAQ goes up, you don't get assigned. You just get the money. So
if you sell cash secured puts on SQQQ, if the NASDAQ goes up, you may get assigned, but you got paid.
Oh, you're right. I'm tripping. My fault. Oh, yeah. I don't know what that was a fucking brain fart on my fault. It was a brain fart. I apologize. That was some dumb shit I said. I apologize.
Not a bad trade.
Yeah, still not a bad trade.
It's still not a bad trade. And even if the Q's dump, you don't get assigned. You just keep wheeling it until you get assigned. That's if you're taking a bearish stance. But again, with Apple hitting all-time highs, Meta hitting all-time highs, I talked about how I'm bullish Meta. Look at this. This is just starting to break out. I gave a 630 price target. I said as soon as it breaks over 600, it can squeeze hard. In the victory trades we posted in the investing channel, I'm buying a crap ton of FBY shares. This is the income version of Meta. So Meta's looking strong. Microsoft is a little bit weaker, but Michael Saylor is trying to get Microsoft to invest a crap ton into Bitcoin. And if they do, maybe they can get a good entry on Bitcoin. Microsoft could probably go up 5, 10, 20% in like a few weeks. And that's a big move for a big cap tech stock like Microsoft. Move. So I'm actually personally long Microsoft just because the risk to reward, my risk is like 5%, but my reward is potentially 7, 10, 20% upside. It is going through some antitrust probes, so that's something to consider. Similarly with Google. But I like all the big cap tech stocks. They're looking strong. So I don't see the NASDAQ dropping unless, of course, that trend line breaks down. One other thing to look at is the SMH ETF. This is the semiconductor ETF. This is a leading indicator for the NASDAQ. The semiconductors are not at all-time highs, which is a divergence. One of two things is going to happen. The semiconductors are going to catch up to the market and make new all-time highs, or the semiconductors are going to roll over and the market breaks down. I'd say I'm just neutral semiconductors until I really get a clear price break or price range break. But that is something to consider when it comes to SMH. One other thing that we talked about last time on the Victory Talk podcast was I said MicroStrategy, it probably bounces off of this like 350 area. And it did. And I said you could short it at 420. 420 was the dead high. And then MicroStrategy's down about 12% since that level. If you wanted to hedge a crypto portfolio, I'm not saying that this is like a good trade or anything, but if you wanted to hedge a crypto portfolio, you could go long on MSTZ. This goes up when MicroStrategy goes down at twice the speed. What's cool about this, though, is that the options are decently liquid. You could sell the one strike cash secured put, get a guaranteed 15% to agree to buy 100 shares of MSTZ. Or you could go long, buy 100 shares, buy 1,000 shares, buy 10,000 shares, and then sell the 2 covered call. You get paid a guaranteed 5 to 10% to take a double on your money. So that's something to consider too. Lastly, I wanted to bring up Axon. Axon's still being a beast. Brandon Carter.
Before we get into all this, real quick, guys, if you guys want to learn more about this, man, join the free Discord. It's free. We're giving out free advice all the time. I'm in there all the time. Greg's in there all the time. And if you want to trade with us, we trade live every morning. Every morning we trade live. You want to trade with us live? It is join Victory Trades. Just when in the Discord, hit up Greg. He'll let you know how to join. Hit him up. Don't just, hit up Greg.
Tag in the Discord. Tag at Young Candlestick. Hey, I'm interested in joining Victory Trades.
You get the free. You get the trade alerts, and then you can trade with me and Greg every morning. I'm in there like maybe 75% of the time because I'm not just like I take a lot of flights, so if I'm traveling, I'm not there. But I trade futures every morning, and Greg's trading futures and a bunch of other shit in there. You know what I'm saying? So let's do it. I only trade one thing in the morning, but Greg's in there going haywire.
I mean, I'm also managing a lot of the alerts and making sure people are making money there.
It's a lot of fun, man. We in there live. We answering questions. It's dope. You know, you can trade with us every morning. All right.
I will say for the month of November, I had 18 trade alerts. 16 of them were winners. 2 of them were losers. So the accuracy is pretty good.
Before I know you want to talk about Exxon real quick, but you got some super chats. Can we get real quick before you play super chats? I need a second. Just play the intro. Play the intro song one more time real quick. I just need a second. Yeah, like not the 1 minute. Yeah, just play that for a second. I just need a second. I just needed a second. All right, Greg, you got some super chats.
Let's see.
Minovia gonna read them for you. Oh, she's just gonna push it. She can't read. Oh,
I think it was King Carbs. He was asking about some option strategies.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. Players Lounge. Oh no, we already had Players Lounge. We already. I thought Greg had some.
Here we go. Okay. All right, so King Carbs asks, hey, Candlestick, do you have any suggestions for buying SPY options using opening range breakouts with 1 day to expiration strategies? I want to explore this with a small portion. The majority of my strategy is already selling options. Well, King Carbs, thank you.
Hey, shout out to you selling options. King Carbs has been on this shit, man. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
He's in here every week, man. I think, should we make King Carbs a moderator? Can we make him a mod?
Yeah.
He's here every week, man. He's giving us $20, man. Man, I think we need to make King Carbs a moderator, man. It's a lot. Hey, King Carbs. With great power comes great responsibility. All right. You gotta help kick out the haters. You gotta help us get the likes up. You gotta spam, get the likes up.
Yeah.
I didn't ask you if you wanted this responsibility, King Carbs. I bestowed it upon you. I chose you. You've been chosen. You've been chosen. All right. Anyway.
I'm a moderator in the chat. We can keep people down together.
Come on now. Let's go.
But King Carbs, thank you for that super chat to the channel. Here, let me reread it. So he's asking about SPY options, opening range breakouts, 1 day to expiration. So whenever you're exploring a new strategy, I recommend paper trading it. Testing the simulator, you can build up your skills with 0 risk. That goes for any new trading strategy. So that's what I'd recommend first. But if you're going to, explore that strategy, first, what you want to do is you really want to understand what is the expected range on the day for the SPY. So you can find this on Thinkorswim. It's the expected move over here. So I know that tomorrow, the expected move is $2.50 for December 4th. So that means I can mark on the SPY, what's $2.50 higher? Okay, it's about 606.80. So that means tomorrow, if SPY is like at 606.80, here, let me draw it out. That means it's probably not going to go too much higher from that level. Conversely, if it's at let's just call it like just underneath 602, 601.80, give or take, it's probably not going to go too much lower than that. So now we've established our range for tomorrow. Then what you want to do is you really want to look for, hey, what's the price action on the day? So if I were to, deploy a strategy like that, let's mark our highs. Basically, where did the price pivot off of and sell off from? Where are the lows? Okay, we kind of have our range here. Now you can take those breakouts and you want to see an increase in volume. Notice that SPY broke this range, but the volume wasn't there, so it zips back in. After you get a range break with volume, I recommend that you maybe look to see that the options are an okay deal. Remember, the options market prices in options based off the ranges. So if the range is priced in to be very high and you're not expecting a big range, it's not going to be a good deal to buy a call option. But let's say that it is. Let's say it starts to break the range. You'd want to buy an at the money call option, maybe slightly out of the money, depending on your risk tolerance. And then what you want to do is you want to scale out, because 0-day options, next day options, they can move very fast. They can move for you very quickly. You can make 50%, 100%, 1,000% in just a few minutes or even hours. But you really want to manage your risk. So you either want to manage your risk with the position size, how much you're putting into the trade, or you can manage your risk with stop losses. Luckily, SPY options are very liquid, so you can do that. And then lastly, since you're already selling options, sometimes what you can do is you can trade 0-day vertical spreads. So for example, on the QQQ, I traded a 0-day vertical spread, and I bought the 515 call, sold the 516 call. It was only a small position size, but I only put in $50. I was able to turn $50 into $100 because the QQQ ETF closed above my short strike price. Now, I don't want to get super nerdy with this, but there are a lot of different strategies that you can do. When you're buying in the money options, if you think the market won't get too far in one direction, you could also sell like out of the money credit spreads, 0-day credit spreads, next day credit spreads. That way you can kind of pin the range and you can make a ton of cash flow if you get the range right.
You did 0-day debit spread?
Yep, 0-day debit spreads are really nice because it's not as volatile as a single day call option or single day put option. So it's pretty cool.
All right.
I hope that answers your question. I
It
know
was a lot of info.
I can go nerdy on you.
Let's go. No, that's what he wanted, man. What else we got?
Yeah. Yeah. Let's check out Starbucks. S-Bucks. So Starbucks, flat on the day. It did have
I was in there today. Man. You think that would have like put the price up?
It did.
I bought a Oh, okay. That was me. That was me. I bought a coffee. Yeah. I said, give me a coffee. Give me a coffee, iced coffee. Don't put no sweetener in it because ain't nothing sweet over here. But put 4 shots of espresso in that bitch.
Hell yeah.
Leave room for cream. And they did that shit. And then you see the results. Starbucks is like a really good place to like just get a lot of work done. If you've been in your office for like 12 hours a day for like 2 weeks, I like to work. And I cannot work in a fucking Starbucks.
It's usually, it depends on the Starbucks.
Some people love it. No, some people love it. I've never been able to accomplish nothing like that.
It mixes things up a bit. I'll do some like, yeah.
I know a lot of people like it. I've tried it. Doesn't work.
So what we're looking at here is basically a chart of a Morningstar report. So this is a fundamental analysis report on Starbucks. These are made by CFAs, Chartered Financial Analysts. So I actually have in the exams of the CMT curriculum, there's similar test questions to the CFA program. So these guys are professionals when it comes to fundamentals. I'm a professional when it comes to technicals. So that's why I like to lean on the CFAs a little bit. They give a fair value of Starbucks of $86 a share. Now, I don't know if they factored in that fair value before or after the Chipotle CEO came in to take over Starbucks, but it's basically saying Starbucks may be overvalued right now. And fair value is basically just telling us based off the current cash flows, based off the current market environment, current earnings, what can we calculate the share price to be worth? And so, they give a fair value of 86. So I just say, there's so many better trades, so many better investments. Why Starbucks? I will say that the chart looks healthy. We're in an uptrend. We have higher highs and higher lows, at least on the daily time frame. On the weekly time frame, we're more neutral. And on the monthly time frame, pretty much just neutral. So Starbucks, it does pay a dividend of it pays a dividend of 2.38%. So if you hold shares of Starbucks for 1 year, if you put in $100 into Starbucks, you'll get $2.30 back per share. So that's something to consider. You'll get exposure to Starbucks if you just buy S&P 500, you know? If you just buy some of these broad-based ETFs, you're going to participate with Starbucks. I'd say there are better stocks. It's not a bad stock, though. A better deal for Starbucks would be down here about 77, okay? $77 a share. Got it? That's the gap fill from when the Chipotle CEO started to take over. They hated the last CEO. Stock went up 25% that day. So
wow.
That is interesting. And notice, this is where it was starting to get undervalued right here, down near the 71s area. When a stock starts to get way below its fair value, that's where you can start to see some mean reversion back to the upside. So it's really important to just have at least a general sense of the fundamentals of a stock and then see how far away are we from that. And right now, just the risk to reward just doesn't seem great on Starbucks.
Guys, if you want this kind of fucking game all the time, join the free Discord, man. You know what I'm saying? Young Candlestick in there every day. I'm in there all the time, man. Let's go. Has he got more? Is there more? All right. You got a lot of fucking interest today, Greg.
I know. It was a lot of fun. People like talking about crypto because it's exciting.
Players Lounge.
Ooh, should I buy Leap call options for the Santa rally? That's a really good question. I think you want to be very careful on what you buy Leap call options on. There are a few undervalued stocks that I post in the Victory Trades investing channel each and every day. Also be aware that if everybody's calling for a Santa rally, it actually makes it less likely to happen. If too many people know about it, it pulls the edge from it. Now, seasonality does tend to take effect. Stocks tend to perform very well in November and December. So, you know, my forecast for the market is just neutral / slightly bullish. And that's as of right now. I would say you'd want to be picky with your Leap call option spots. Unless, of course, you're willing to tolerate some form of drawdown. Then the entry doesn't matter as much. Okay, but if you want money faster, you kind of want to be more picky. Okay, and it depends on the stock, the ETF.
All right. I think you got another one. Also, Players Lounge, man. We got some confirmation. He did not mean 5,000 milligrams. He meant 500 milligrams, which is a lot to take at once. But you know, it's not. You know, I've done it. That's fine.
Aaron, you're in pretty good shape. That's a good profile picture.
Oh yeah, Aaron. Look, damn, Aaron, and Aaron with the $20. Shout out to Aaron. What up? Go.
He's asking about ADA. This is Cardano. So this is the monthly time frame of ADA, and basically what I see here is a high, a lower low, into a higher high. So we've got a broadening formation into a higher low, higher high, higher low. So we're in a short-term uptrend. That's good. I would say ADA is bullish as long as it's above 70 cents on the monthly time frame. All-time highs for ADA are about $3.10 per coin. If we take a look at the weekly time frame, again, a bit extended on the week, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks up in a row. You know, sometimes after something like that, you could go sideways or even pull back a little bit. But as long as that like 80 cents holds, I think it's in good shape. Again, based off the chart of Ripple, I like Ripple a little bit better than Cardano. We can take a look at like the 3-month chart. And yeah, that's just a nice higher low pivot. So longer term, as long as it's above 21 cents, it has the chance to break out to all-time highs. It's just one of those things where it's like, how much are you willing to risk? What's your entry point? What's your stop loss? A good stop loss, would be that 32 cents on the weekly. A lot of crypto just started to come back to life. The shorter the time frame, the tighter the stop you can have. So 87 cents would be the daily time frame stop loss. If you want a super tight stop loss, you could use yesterday's low of 1.12. Otherwise, you can just dollar cost average and invest in it. None of this is investment advice, though. I'm just drawing on charts. That's all.
All right.
You got
some more, man. You get listen. People are on it today, man.
Greg, thoughts on Doge with the CEO resigning? The real CEO of Doge is is Elon Musk. Doge USD. I do own a little bit of Doge, actually. So Doge on the daily time frame looks bullish. So last time we noted the breakout over 22 cents. Since then, crypto has doubled. 90% up, not doubled.
Wow.
But, looking at this right here, I do want to note, keep an eye on this higher low trend. So you don't want it breaking underneath 38 cents, but ideally not underneath 33 cents. Again, a lot of these cryptos are just going to move in tandem with Bitcoin. Weekly charts extended, coming up into some resistance. So we could see a short-term pullback. If we look at the monthly time frame, similar thing. Gosh, I need to scale this just a little bit. I can do no.
It really popped off.
I know, right? I mean, gosh. Yeah. Thoughts on Doge? I'd say it can be a part of a meme portfolio.
A meme portfolio. Listen to yourself.
I know, right? It's ridiculous. This is a mania, by the way. If
you just said meme portfolio.
Yep. Let me show you guys.
This shit right here. This shit right here.
Throw it in the trash. We don't need to invest in cash flowing businesses.
When they start saying meme portfolios, oh man, this shit is different now.
Shit is different.
Shit is different.
Again, my favorite buy setups are retests of former breakout areas, or if it can build up a base and consolidate and form a bull flag, that's another buy point. That's another entry point over there. So that's super simple. I got nothing much to say on Doge. It looks like all the other cryptos. They're all clones. They're
yeah, I would wait for a pullback on all that shit. Nothing goes up in a straight line. Literally all that shit. I would wait. XRP, all that shit. I would wait for a pullback. It can't go straight up forever.
Exactly. Because your risk to reward is created based off your entry point. And if you buy too high, sure, it could continue to go up, but your risk is so much more. The alternative to that argument is the extreme crypto bulls are it's too risky not to invest in crypto because it's going to go up 10,000, 100,000%. Yeah. And that's a tricky place to be in as an investor. Personally, I just like to dollar cost average a bit into Bitcoin, and that's just my risk tolerance. I own a few altcoins, but otherwise, cryptocurrencies are good for day trading, in my opinion. They move well, they move fast.
Yeah. You like to trade the Bitcoin futures, right? Yeah,
Bitcoin futures, MBT. You can trade it through Apex too, which is cool. So there's a lot of different ways that you can capitalize off Bitcoin. Long MBT futures, short MBT futures. But I just want to caution you guys that there is a lot of risk, and I've seen a lot of people lose a lot of money in crypto. And I've also seen a lot of multimillionaires be made from crypto.
Yeah.
So choose your side, but do it the smart way.
Is that all for Greg, or does he got more? Or I think you got another one.
Oh my gosh.
Coming in hot today.
Young Doge. Okay.
Young Doge. What up?
Doge. When to get into MSTR and XRP. So I'll preface this by saying this is not advice. And I also need to know your time horizon. So it depends on whether you're looking for a short-term swing, a medium-term swing, or an investment. So let's first break down MSTR. Personally, I'm kind of avoiding the MSTR hype. I'd rather just invest in Bitcoin directly. This is just a company that takes loans to buy Bitcoin. It's not a productive asset.
That's all it does?
That's all it does. Takes out loans, buys Bitcoin.
Oh, man. I didn't know you could start a fucking company off that, man.
You can.
That's what I would have did.
And you can.
If I knew you could start a company.
I know, right? Just join Michael Saylor's team. MicroStrategy, it's really tricky. I would say if it stays up here and breaks out, I'd skip it. It might be worth a stab near 206, and you could dollar cost average into it down to like 150, maybe 100, I would skip MSTR. And I would actually, if I had to choose between one or the other, I would go with XRP. So when to get in XRP, we kind of covered that a little bit in the beginning of the market update, but XRP, a former breakout area, would be 90 cents. So that could be a buy price. Less good of a deal would be $1.72. Otherwise, if you're aggressive and don't mind taking on a lot more risk by buying high, you could buy a breakout over $2.90 per coin. And you'd look for something like 5. The problem with that trade is your risk is, high because you still have support along the way. So you don't want to stop out before support. You've got 83% downside. And even if it goes up to even 10, you got 285% upside. But let's say it hits to 5, you got 100% upside. It's only really like a 1-to-1 risk to reward if you buy a breakout. So you want to get those support levels. Wait for the dip. Dodge, like the cars. Okay, Scoop.
Dodge.
Is that
thanks? Thanks for the clarity. Did you already hit master acquisition, or that's next? Okay.
Master acquisition. Dodge, like the cars.
Let's get Dodge first. Dodge first. All right.
I don't know the ticker symbol for that.
Me neither.
Dodge. Yeah, you got Dogecoin. If you can give me the ticker symbol for that, I can break it down. Otherwise, hey, Scoop, hit me up in the Discord and I'll send you some charts. We can talk more later if you want to, too. I'll give you professional level.
He doesn't want the coin. He doesn't want the car. Yeah.
Not populating. So hit me up in the Discord and I'll answer your question in the Discord. I'll give you a professional level analysis for free in the Discord.
I think Dodge is owned by Chrysler. So it's FCAU. Let me just make sure that.
Yeah, Fiat Chrysler. Let's see if this pulls up. It's still not populating. Maybe it can pull up over here. FCAU is not.
Is Dodge owned by Chrysler?
Yes, Dodge is part of the Chrysler family. Both Dodge and Chrysler are brands under the umbrella of Stellantis, a multinational.
What's the ticker symbol on the stock exchange?
The ticker symbol for Stellantis on the New York Stock Exchange is STLA.
All right.
I will ask this bitch anything.
It solves all our problems.
Yeah. Sometimes I sit around just having fucking conversations with this hoe, man. You know what I'm saying? Like just talking like philosophy. But you gotta understand, if Plato said
yeah, no, my girl got T-boned by a car and we were thinking about like what to do with like the insurance and the car, and it gave like a really good answer.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's super helpful.
It's better than talking to people. All right. Well, let's go.
As well. All right. So this is STLA. As you can see, we got a clapped downtrend of a chart. We do have an RSI bullish divergence, which means maybe the trend could be, waning to the downside and we could get a short-term pop. It's tough to give. Actually, if Morningstar does give a fair value on this, so it looks like the stock might be undervalued. They give a fair value of $31 a share, which is cool. So $31 a share. You can take a look at competitors. Ford, fair value is 19. You could Mercedes, fair value 106. When it comes to STLA, sure, you could maybe take a stab at it. You could wheel this. You could maybe sell 12 strike cash secured puts. You get about almost 2% return to agree to buy 100 shares at 12 by December 20th. That's the only way that I'd kind of trade that. It could be argued it's a falling wedge where we have lower lows without a lot of follow through with a bullish divergence. The risk to reward is great, but the trend is so far to the downsides, the probabilities are against you. You have to assume that if money's flowing out of something, that it'll continue to flow out until something changes. So if you want to take a stab at it, go for it. You could like buy like a breakout over like 13.33, put your stop underneath 12 and see if you can't get a recovery, maybe up to 16. I wouldn't target anything more than 16. This is a nasty gap.
Yeah. All right.
Greg, what's up?
You got some more, man.
They just keep coming in.
They keep coming, man. It's going down, Greg.
All right. Greg put in 5K on XRP at 40 cents. Wow. Nice.
Whoa, Greg.
Holy shit.
Holy shit.
Dude.
You put in 5K at 40 cents. Fuck.
I want to just do a quick
yeah, I was about to do it. Go ahead.
Hold on. XRP. He's coming out here to flex on us. I love it.
Yeah, man. Bro came here to flex. What is that?
Okay, so if you're
$5
at
grand.
40 cents, okay, I'm gonna take the measuring tool, measure from 40 cents to where it's at right now. He's up 632%. So let's just say he's over 6x'd his money. He's up over 30 grand. Let's just say 40 grand.
He's up how much percent?
632%. He's up about 40, 50 grand. 40.
You put $5 grand on?
Yep, $5 grand on it.
Yeah.
Do I think that's a good idea? Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. No, he's done pretty well for himself.
That's amazing. You just
not bad at all, man. Congratulations.
Salaries. See, that's what's so cool about the markets, though, is that you can really expand your wealth if you get just a few good trades.
Come on, man.
Just one or two like home runs that are just worth way more than a home run can more than pay for all the losses, any losing that you have. Just hit a few. Just hit a few of them. Yeah,
no, I remember like the one I got last year. You know what I'm saying? The one I got last year was pretty solid. And then this year with NVIDIA.
Yeah.
I had 100 grand on NVIDIA and I was selling calls selling puts to get into it. And then I kept riding it, but I was selling puts to get into it. But I wrote it and not as high as it is now. I wish I would have still had it, but I was selling puts and I got assigned. So I made a lot of money, man. But that was a big trade. Yeah.
So basically you were cash flowing NVIDIA for months and months and months. Cash flow on both sides. Eventually it goes up a little bit too fast.
It went too fast for your boy. But that's about where I got assigned. Yeah.
You're getting that weekly cash flow. So weekly cash flow is way more valuable to me than getting a little bit more, but you have to tie up your money. So it's something to consider, especially since, we run businesses, we need consistent cash flows. Just
bro, who you telling?
I know, right? And I would argue that you pretty much got the majority of the move. You caught like 80% of the move.
Yeah.
And you did it stress-free and you got money along the way. That's why I love the wheel so much.
I did get money along the way.
HVAC podcast. His name is Brandon. Shout out to Brandon.
What up, though?
All right. If I wanted to wheel SMR, what should I do? You're bullish on nuclear. Shout out to Young Candlestick. Oh, thank you, HVAC. I would wait for 1 or 2 more days of selling. Then you could go out and sell the 16 or 17 strike cash secured puts. Even if you go out to like this week, wait for a few more days of selling. You could do the Friday expiration. But if I were to play this, I would look at all the strikes. And I'd say you could probably maybe go out to December 20th. I would go hard, wait for a few more days of selling, then sell a ton of the 18 strike cash secured puts. Try to get like 50 cents in credit to do that. So you get paid $50 guaranteed to agree to buy 100 shares at 18. I think that's all right. Otherwise, you can go with URA. This is the uranium ETF. This will be more diversified. It'll have less risk, but less reward. But guess what? That gets neutralized if you're wheeling it. So that's what's super cool about URA. So it's a diversified ETF on uranium. So another thing that you could just do is just buy uranium leap calls, URA leap calls. Boom, that's money.
Uranium leap calls, huh?
Yeah. I'm moderately bullish uranium. I'm not super bullish, but if URA breaks above 33.50, that's confirming a breakout. And if you take a look at the monthly time frame, this is starting to curl, and this can potentially really get going. So what we're looking at is kind of like a big downtrend ever since 2011 back here. Right now we're at 2024. And even if it gets just a portion of a comeback, uranium could see 60. If it hits all-time highs, it'd see 134 or higher.
Okay.
That'd be a 5x, 4x.
Uh-oh.
5x.
All right, we got to run through these last ones, man, because we got to go. It's just 50 Cent just played. Yeah, what else we got? How many more you got?
Can I make Thot Repellent public? Ticker symbol Thot.
We're gonna work on that, brother. We're gonna work on that, man. We're gonna work on that, Marquez. I bet you Marquez is black. I bet you any money they ain't making white Marquezes yet. Not yet. Yet.
I will know that other CMT charter holders have built ETFs, so I know how to build an ETF, or at least the steps to. And what's cool about that is you can just buy it off the stock exchange.
All right.
It costs about 1% a year to hold it, and that would go to Brandon and I.
All right, listen. All right, brother. Listen, if you guys want more advice from Greg, all right, and from me too, I'm in there too. Go to the Discord, the free Discord. And if you want to trade with us, you can start trading with us tomorrow morning if you join Victory Trades. If you just want the free shit, at least join the Victory Unit Discord. But if you want to trade with us live tomorrow morning, join Victory Trades. We're going to be there. We're going to be having a good time. All right. Marquez is Mexican? No fucking way.
You bet any amount of money.
Hey, man. I guess they making Mexican Marquezes now. That's what's up. That's new. I like that, though. I like that. All right. And he join if you want to join Victory Trades, hit up Greg in the Discord. If you just want the free shit, just go in the Discord. But if you join Victory Trades, you can be trading with us live tomorrow morning. It's a lot of fun. We make a lot of money together. All right. All right, Greg. I'll
see you tomorrow.
All right. Hey guys, this has been another episode of that Victory Talk podcast. We do this every Tuesday and Thursday, at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll let y'all. Peace.